What's up guys, Toya here and welcome to Katastic. What's the number one thing that most cat owners dread dealing with? Is it the vet bills? Probably. Is it dealing with a picky eater and not knowing really what to feed them? Yeah, it could be. Is it dealing with a stubborn cat that just loves to scratch your furniture? Yeah, probably. But I think the most dreaded thing that us cat owners have to deal with, the litter box. So guys, I decided to test out a new type of litter box. I had been seeing it online a little bit and I was like, you know what? Why not go ahead and give it a try and give my honest review? So that's what we're going to go ahead and do today. Today we're going to be talking about Tidy Cat's Breeze litter system. So most of us are probably familiar with Tidy Cats. I think I've had Tidy Cat's litter like day one. Okay, so Tidy Cat's litter was kind of like my go-to with all my cats that I've owned. But like I said, this system's new. Okay, so essentially how it works, I'm just going to read directly from their description. Rethink your litter box with Tidy Cat's Breeze litter system. It uses an innovative pellet system to separate liquids from solids and contain the urine within odor-locking disposable pads. Liquid passes through the non-tracking pellets to be absorbed by the pads on the lower tier, while solids stay in a graded tray where they can be easily scooped. It's a whole new way to litter box. Like I said, that's directly from their website. That's their description, right? So it pretty much breaks it down in the description how it works. Essentially what it does is it's divided into tiers, like it says. You have your top tier, which is where your pellets are gonna go, your litter, if you want to say. The pellets go on top, and it sits on top of this grate. It's a grated tray, and what happens is when your cat uses the litter box, obviously the solids are going to stay there, so when they poop it's going to stay there. You have to scoop that out, but the pellets actually pass the liquid through that tray, and at the bottom you have a pad that sits there and it collects the urine. And the only thing you have to do is take that pad out, throw it away, and scoop out your poop, throw that away, and that's it. You don't essentially really have much waste other than the waste. So it's a pretty effective system. So what comes with your Tidy Cat's Breeze system is the box itself. You have a scooper, and it comes with a month's worth of refills. So that's gonna be a 4-pack of the pads and 2 3.5-pound bags of pellets. So assembly was actually quite simple. You just kind of snap everything into place. Nothing was really difficult about it. You just essentially put everything in whichever tier it needs to go to. At the bottom, you have a sliding tray that you pull in and out. That's essentially where you're gonna put your pads, and that's where the liquids are gonna collect. So that make sure that slides in and out. It's very simple. And that's it. You put your pellets in, you put your pad in on the sliding tray, and that's it. Okay, so let's talk about the pellets really quick. Everything is pretty self-explanatory when it comes to assembly, but I do want to note, this is something that I did not like when it came to the pellets. I purchased the XL version. It comes with 2 3.5-pound bags, okay? It wasn't enough at all. So when I poured the first bag in, the bottom was barely covered, and I was like, okay, I guess I gotta use the second bag, right? And this still wasn't enough. And I honestly was contemplating purchasing another bag and just have it, shipped to the house. But I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend all this money, and we'll get to pricing and everything with that, okay? But I honestly didn't feel like there was enough litter, especially in the XL version of it, okay? So if you were to get the regular version, maybe it's enough, but it also depends on your cat too. So my cats, they like to dig, okay? There has to be enough litter in there, and they'll dig all the way to the bottom, and there'll be a mound of litter. They like a lot of litter in their box. And there might be some cats that are similar, and there might be some cats that really don't care or may prefer little, or everybody's different, okay? Every cat is different. So with my cats, I already kind of knew that they might have a problem with it not being enough litter. So I just wanted to point that out for the XL version. If you wanted to try it, I would suggest getting more pellets, because even with both of those bags, that if you add it up, that's 7 pounds of pellets. It still wasn't enough. And you might think, 7 pounds, That sounds like a lot. It's not. These pellets are already really heavy as it is, and it's not a lot. It's really not. So I just wanted to point that out. So my cat's reaction initially, of course, anything new that I get, as soon as I brought the box in, they're all over the box, right? That's just what they do. Now, when it came to, after I assembled it, they sniffed it, they hopped in, they were, looking around, because I essentially swapped out a litter box, right? That's where they normally go. And we do have another box in the house, so we didn't swap that one out. We still kept the other box just in case they wouldn't take to this one. But they actually took to it quite well. Probably within maybe 30 minutes to an hour after I assembled it, they're already using it. No issues with transitioning, because I already had another box just in case they didn't want to use that. All right, so when it comes to odor control, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the best odor control that I have ever had in any type of litter that I've owned. So, like I said, I always went with the clumping litter, and you always get that that ammonia smell, no matter what. Like I've tried so many different litters, and it'll say it blocks ammonia smell, it blocks the urine smell, it blocks this, it blocks that. It just never really did it for me. But this one, I can honestly say, I smelled nothing. Literally, I barely smelled the thing. As soon as I put that in there, after a few days, a couple weeks, it was cool. It was cool. All right, so tracking and scatter. That is another thing that we dread to deal with when it comes to the litter box, right? Not only you gotta scoop out this dirty stuff, right? You gotta scoop all this out. Now you gotta deal with your cat tracking litter all over the place. And it is definitely not fun when you have carpet in your house, let me tell you that. So sometimes when I go into the room with the box, you're gonna get those pellets on the floor, like in the vicinity of the box. That's just a given. There's literally a section on the box where they're supposed to walk in and out. And even with my other boxes that I've had, there's a section where they're supposed to walk in and out. They love to hop over the sides. I don't know why they do that. They'll enter in the way they're supposed to, but when they come out, they're like, oh, let me just imagine you walking in your house and you're like, you know what, I want to go outside. But instead of going through the front door, you jump out the window. That's essentially what they're doing. And I never understood why they do that. But that's just my cats. Pretty sure there might be some other people that do that, but let me know in the comments. Do you have special cats? Let me know. Well, you're gonna have the scatter around the initial box. To be quite honest, I haven't seen any pellets leave my room, I should say. The room where the box is at, I don't see those. And I'm guessing it's just because they're so big, it doesn't get stuck in their paws, and nothing's disintegrating, so it's not gonna get in their paws, and they're not gonna, track it around the house. Even with them hopping out of the side, yeah, they're gonna bring some litter right when they jump out, but other than that, that's it. It's not going in the living room, it's not going in the dining room, in the bedroom, whatever. We don't see that anymore. Now, when it comes to disposal, I gotta admit, very simple. Very simple disposal. So with this system, as I mentioned before, you have a tray at the bottom. That's where everything's gonna collect, right? Or your urine, where your urine is gonna collect. So you just have to pull out the tray, take out their pad, and dispose of it. That's it. And then your solids, they're still gonna be up on the top. So you're gonna take your scooper, scoop out the solids, dispose of it there. And that's it. That's honestly, that's really it. The one thing I do want to mention is the more cats you have, the more often you're going to have to go ahead and actually, clean everything out. For the most part, I think, if I remember, if you have a single cat, they tell you to keep the pellets in for about a month, and then you can swap them out. I can expect that the more cats you have, you're probably going to cut down on that time a bit more. So with me having 2 cats, and since they decided to completely ignore the other box in the house, I would probably have to change those pellets out maybe every 2 to 3 weeks, depending on, how they look. I might gauge it a little bit and say, okay, he's looking a little iffy. I think you gotta go. And then of course with the pads they say change it out every week, so once a week. And with that, you would probably want to make it every 3 or 4 days, like I said, depending on how often your cats are using the box. And you can always tell, obviously, if it's time to change it, because if you start smelling some stuff, no, it's time to change it, okay? So yeah, you can use your nose if you're not too sure. Before I give my overall impressions, I want to point out something, okay? The price on this, and I'm gonna go into detail on the pricing. The price on this, you're gonna be spending a bit of money when it comes to this box, okay? I'm gonna break down all the parts in a minute. Luckily, I found that there is an alternative, okay? So you're gonna use the same box. Obviously, you're still gonna use the same system. The difference is the pellets, okay? There are wood pellets out there that essentially what happens is when they get wet, they turn into sawdust. And that's your waste, right? So if you take a system like this, the Tidy Cats Breeze system, and you throw your wood pellets in there, they're pretty much the same size. They're identical, right? So when your cat urinates, everything turns into sawdust, okay? So it's not just, going down into the grate, right? It's actually turning into sawdust, but it makes it easier for it to get through the grate. So the only thing you have to do here is when your cat uses it, when they urinate, take your scooper and you just kind of, move it around a little bit so you can get the sawdust to go through the grate. So you can do that every day, once a day, twice a day, however often you want to do it, every other day, depending on how often they use it. So go ahead and move that around, get the dust to fall through the grate, and now your dust has collected at the bottom. The only thing you have to do is take out your tray, pick up your pad, if you want to still use the pad, because in this case you don't technically have to use the pad. All it is sawdust. It's not like it's urine or anything collecting. I mean, it is, but it's sawdust now, right? You go and dispose of that, and you do the exact same thing when it came to the poop. All you have to do is scoop out your poop, dispose of that. That's it. It's simple. Honestly, I felt like the wood pellets worked quite well with this system. Now, it's up to you if you want to use the regular pellets that actually come with the system, or if you want to use wood pellets. It's completely up to you. I'm just letting you guys know that there are other alternatives to just using these pellets. The main reason is the price, which is what we're going to talk about right now. So the box itself, I purchased this off of Chewy, okay? So the price might be a little different if you want to purchase it on Amazon, but at the time of this recording, I think they were on sale, and these are the prices, right? So the regular size Tidy Cats Breeze system is about $33. It's like 32 and some change. So about $33. And that comes with, everything that I mentioned before. It comes with the box, comes with the pads, the scooper, and the pellets, right? They have a hooded version as well. So it's the regular size with the hood. That comes to about $45. That's 44 and some change. So same thing. And the version that I got was $57.99, so I would just say $58, right? So I got the XL version, $58, okay? And that comes with everything as well, like I mentioned. The box, the scooper, the pads, and the pellets all comes together. That's the entire system. Now, maintaining this is gonna be where your issue comes with pricing, okay? So you're already spending, let's say, for instance, myself, I purchased the XL version. That's $60 up front just to get the system, right? So if you wanted to continue to use this system, my personal experience, like I said, I mentioned the amount of pellets that you got for the XL, personally, I didn't think it was enough. So initially it comes with 7 pounds, okay? So you got 2 3.5 pound bags, that equals up to 7 pounds of pellets, right? So if I pour that in there that's once a month, I pour that in there. And if I want more, right? So I'm probably either gonna get 1 extra bag, or I might double it. So you're gonna be spending anywhere between $15 for a 7 pound bag refill, if you wanna call it a refill. Anywhere from 15 to 30. So if you wanted to double it up to 14 pounds, you're spending $30, right? Now that's just including the pellets. We haven't even talked about the pads yet, right? Your pads, you can, I think if I remember saying correctly, you can get them in like a 4 or 5 pack. Last time I checked on Chewy, they're selling them, They have 10 packs for 10 bucks. I think that might be a sale price. I don't remember 100% sure. But you can get a 10 pack for 10 bucks. And they say you can change your pads out once a week, right? And obviously it's gonna be more frequently if you have more cats. So you do the math on this, okay? I'm not even gonna talk about the wood pellets yet, right? So you do the math on this. One cat by itself, let's just say you want to go ahead and get the regular Tidy Cats breed system, right? So it's 33 bucks up front. You get your month's worth of supplies, right? So next month you're like, all right, let me go ahead and re-up. Let me go ahead and get me some more. You gotta spend 15 bucks on another 7 pounds of bags, right? Then you gotta get some more pads. So if you want to get the 10 pack, you'll probably be good for 2 months. You ain't gotta buy those for at least another, month or two, right? Now, if you have multiple cats, you're gonna be like doubling this expense. Now, the wood pellets, okay, the wood pellets. I wanted to save this for last just so y'all can do the math on this, right? When I decided to go the wood pellet route, I was like, because this is essentially what happened. I was like, yo, they do not have enough litter in here, or they don't have enough pellets in this box. And I was like, I can go order another 7-pound bag. It's gonna be about 15 bucks, right? And I'm like, and that's just gonna last me for the month. I might have to buy 2 of these. I might have to buy this. That's 30 bucks a month. I'm like, oh my goodness, okay. Let me check out these wood pellets, right? So I kid you not, right? I go to Chewy, so I checked on Chewy and I checked on Amazon. And Chewy had the cheaper option at the time. I don't know what Amazon's pricing is right now, but I got a 40-pound bag. A 40-pound bag of wood pellets. Guess how much that was? Just guess. 15 bucks. Yo. So, do the math, okay? The regular pellets, 7 pounds. 7 pounds for 15, okay? Wood pellets, 40 pounds for 15. Dropping the phone, dropping the mic, right? You do the math, okay? And I've had this system for like it's almost 3 months now. I still have not run out of pellets. I'm barely halfway through that bag. I'm probably not gonna have to order anymore, at least for another month or two. At least. And I just changed that box out. So you do the math, okay? I just wanted to go ahead and give you guys that information just in case, like if you wanted to use the system, the box, but you wanted an alternative, because it can get pricey. After doing all the math, you can kind of see it can get up there. But overall, I honestly feel like this is a great alternative to your standard litter box. Yeah, that's about it, y'all. That is about it. So, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this review of the Tidy Cats breed system, and I hope this helps you along your journey as a fellow cat owner. Okay, so, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, and I will see you guys on the next video.